Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening for some. We are starting a new thing. I thought a little bit of a change might be good because I know that our friend Whiskercrits here enjoys hearing a good story, and sometimes he just feels a little bit more cozy than others. There's a few places to hear WoW stories. And I am a fan of a lot of the subreddits about World of Warcraft. There's a few popular ones. And I came across this particular story, and I thought it kind of struck a chord because Whiskercrits. This story is about a WoW player who had played for a very long time, and then they just felt lost. But one day, a GM came along to help them with a different ticket, and that GM made a change for the player and helped them find a new sense of community. And I think that's a really good thing. And I know you would like to be able to help people too, wouldn't you, buddy? Yeah. You are not just a wizard cat, you are a kind cat. Alright, let's adjust the cat cam slightly, however. There we are. Get more of your pretty face in there. Get more of Orange's pretty face. Get the pretty face. Here we go. What if we turn you that way just a smidge? Right here. There you go. Alright, this story was submitted by Danny Harlot on r/wow. And I'm not going to read it word for word, but they had been playing WoW for 17 years. And she's a lady. She was in a pretty rough spot. WoW had been part of her life for her brother, their whole school. They were part of a large guild and they played alongside people they barely knew before the game. Over time, those people in their guild became real friends, not just in game, but it's part of life and spending that time, 17 years growing with the same set of people, even if people come and go, you develop a real deep connection with folks. Then her brother went off to college and he quit WoW, and just like that, their guild fell apart. After the 2007 to 2009 WoW boom, everyone else started quitting too. Suddenly, this player was the last one left, logging into a server that felt like a ghost town. For months, this player wandered through the empty world, just missing the people that they had such good, vibrant community with, and feeling lost. Every time they would run through old spots where they and their friends used to hang out, the game felt like a graveyard of what used to be, and this player was about to quit. And I think that's a sentiment that a lot of longtime players can relate to, because we've all kind of been there as the game and life ebbs and flows. They happened to put in a ticket with a GM, a game master, a real game master, a human being who helped with issues back in the back in the days before everything was automated. And she and that game master started talking about what had happened and how the player was on the verge of quitting because of the lack of community. The game master decided they were going to make a change and surprise the player with it that might help her with her situation. The game master said they'd be happy to change it all back, just make a ticket, but try it out. See what you think. So the game master logged her out and she logged back in and she immediately sort of freaked out because she could not find her human paladin that she had been playing on her server list. She looked around. It was a little bit harder back then because you had to look at each server independently. So she looked at the different servers and finally found her paladin on Moonguard. Moonguard is a very famous role-playing server, mostly for the Americas, I believe. At first, this player was pissed off, not happy, angry, and she wanted to change, but then she looked around and she saw how many people were engaging with each other on Moonguard and how many people were role playing in Stormwind Park and how many people were hanging out in Goldshire and doing things together and just having that sense of community that she had grown to associate with her guild and her friends. From that moment forward, Moonguard became this player's new home. She started achieving goals that she had always dreamed of. She got a swift spectral tiger, which is huge. Although you, Orangey Orange, you, sir, are a swift spectral tiger in and of yourself, aren't you, buddy? Yes, you are. You could have been the model that they built the swift spectral tiger off of. My handsome boy. They also had a rare mount from TCG, the trading card game, that they were able to eventually sell for gold cap, which is crazy as well. But now, instead of being haunted by her old memories, she's creating new ones every day. Moonguard has given her that sense of community and connection that she was missing for so long, and she could not be happier than to call it home. This speaks for a couple of things. Number one, an AI or just a transfer service wouldn't, she couldn't explain this to a service and have the same result that the GM came up with for her. WoW Blizzard would have lost a customer, another customer, who may not have come back. This person eventually went on to re engage with her brother. Her brother came back to the game. They're building a new guild together. And so that's additional patronage, subscriptions, funding that Blizzard has gained through the action of this GM who just reached out to help this player to, just have a better experience in the game. A couple of comments. Someone named Snakebite 2022 said they might just make a tune on Moonguard to see how things go, which is great because, see, that's another person that's engaged again and found a new reason to start playing. Visible Coat 995 says you need, I reiterate, need to download TRP3. Please trust an internet stranger and do this. Then go around the city, especially the cathedral and the Mage Quarter. The world will change before your eyes. Now, neither Whiskercrits or I know what TRP3 is, but hopefully that's not asking people to download anything too strange. And it's probably something out there on Curse, maybe, that folks need to do to, I guess, the role playing 3, maybe? I'm not sure if that's what that stands for. But if you are considering playing on a roleplay server, you've been advised by Visible Coat 995, who I do not know who they are, is about downloading TRP3. And what do you think, Orangey Orange? Do you think she's still happy? I think she's happy. I think she is as happy as a chin scratches. I think she is as happy as chin scratches now that she has a new server where she feels like she's at home. All right, guys, and today is a short day, but that's our story. Whiskercrits presents. If you saw anything you enjoyed today, we will see you soon. Thanks and have a great day.